As a Benchling for Startups client, your company has access to Witness and Review, a feature designed to help you achieve regulatory compliance and keep descriptive, accurate notes. With Witness and Review, designated auditors are responsible for reviewing and signing off on notebook entries. After completing a notebook entry, the author can submit it to an auditor for review. Auditors can either accept the entry, which prevents it from being edited further, or they can reject the entry, which sends it back to the author to make further changes. Auditors are assigned by Benchling admins to projects, so they will review all entries within a given project. To learn how to assign auditors to projects, admins should watch the admin training video. Everyone in your organization, admins and members, should watch this video to learn the review process in Benchling and how to carry out each step in this process. Witness and Review ensures that your company keeps high-quality notes and data. If you are working towards drug development, this feature is especially important. Witness and Review is necessary for 21 CFR Part 11 compliance, the FDA's regulations on electronic records and signatures. Your company should still check with your legal counsel to ensure that you use the feature in a CFR compliant manner. Even if you are not thinking about taking a drug to market just yet, or at all, Witness and Review is a valuable tool to ensure that you're keeping consistent, detailed, and accurate notes across your company.
You will send a notebook entry for review when you have completed your note-taking and incorporated all experimental results. Your company may also set internal guidelines about the review process. Only the author of a given notebook entry can send the entry for review. When you are ready, click the Information button, a lowercase I on the right navigation bar. Then, click Send for Review. In the menu that opens, you can create a review. Use the first text box to choose an auditor. You can only choose auditors who have already been assigned to the project where your notebook entry is saved. Admins are responsible for assigning auditors to projects and should watch the admin training video to learn how. Once you've selected one of the pre-designated auditors for the project, you can leave any comments for your auditor in the box below. We recommend leaving notes that will help the auditor carefully review your data. Then, click the Create Review button to send the entry to the auditor. As soon as you send the entry for review, it will be locked. This preserves the notebook entry and prevents any accidental edits. From your home screen, you can see the review status of all of your entries. If you click Sent for Review, you can open any entries that you have sent for review, but that haven't yet been accepted by the auditor. You can see details about the entry's review status from its Review tab. This tab will appear next to the Notes tab at the top of the entry. If you realize that you need to make changes to an entry that you've already sent to an auditor, or that you need to send the entry to another auditor, you can retract this review from the Review tab. To retract a review, click Retract. You can leave comments about why you want to retract the entry. The entry is now unlocked, and you can once again make changes to it from your Notes tab. When you have made changes and you are ready to resend the entry for a review, go back to the Review tab. You can change the auditor if you need, and then click Resend for Review, add any comments, and send it back to your auditor. Auditors are responsible for making sure that the notes and experimental results in entries are comprehensive and meet company quality standards. When an entry is sent to an auditor, the auditor will receive an email notification. The auditor will also be able to view entries for review on the home screen. Click To Review to see all entries you need to review, and open each entry to review it. The auditor will not be able to edit the notebook entry. They can only read it. After reviewing the notebook entry, the auditor must either approve or reject the entry. Navigate to the Review tab of the entry. Here, the auditor can either select Approve or Reject depending on the quality of the notebook entry. Either way, the auditor can leave a comment for the entry author. In this case, let's imagine that the auditor rejects the entry. We recommend that auditors leave clear comments for the author, explaining why the entry did not pass the review and what the author needs to improve. If an auditor rejects your entry, you will receive an email notification. You will also see an entry that needs revision from your home screen. You can navigate to this entry by clicking on Needs Revision and then opening the entry that appears. In the Review tab, you should read any comments from the auditor. Then, click the Notes tab to make any necessary changes to the entry. The entry will again be unlocked, so you can make changes. When you are satisfied with the modified entry, navigate to the Review tab and click Resend for review. Leave any helpful comments for your auditor. The auditor will receive a notification and be prompted to review the modified notebook entry, just as they did before. This time, let's imagine that the auditor is satisfied with all of the notes and results in the entry. The auditor will approve the review by clicking the Approve button in the Review tab. As an author, you will receive an email notification that your entry has been accepted. You can always access the entry from your home screen by clicking Accepted in your review notifications. The entry will remain locked, protecting the integrity of the entry and meeting compliance regulations.
As a reminder, your company's Benchling admins should watch our Projects and Permissions overview and our admin training to learn how to add auditors to projects. Note that your company does not have to use Witness and Review. If your company does not intend to develop drugs or is small enough that you prefer not to use Witness and Review, admins can choose not to add auditors to a project. We have experience growing companies from your stage, and we know that Witness and Review will prove especially important as your company grows. Getting started now with Witness and Review establishes strong data management practices from day one, preparing scientists and managers for successful report generation and IND filing. If you haven't already, make sure that you also watch our notebook training video to learn more about the specific features in the notebook that you can use to take your experimental notes to the next level.